flashlight cop, man. Toy cops. Show you how much they care about you. They ain't even give you no gun. Your flashlight cops. I see you. I see you.
Keep on moving, people. Let's just keep on moving. On the nighttime basic care, God is here. Let's go, Yoko Ono. Move it out. Say, boy, what you doing punching in all them numbers, boy? Come on, boy, let's get them moving, boy.
Being checked. Which building? The only building in front of the stage. Ah, that building. Maybe. Maybe not. How maybe not? You think it's necessary? I see a guy moving on the roof. Ah, the usual guys. Boss is very suspicious. We need to be sure, Frank. Boss, now he's aiming towards Trump. Can you see his expression? What expression? Boss, if we don't act now, he will shoot him. Stay calm, Frank. I don't think he's shooting.
What's going on, guys? So we got to talk about the woke Secret Service again. The incompetent, aka deep state Secret Service. It's kind of looking a lot more like potential deep state. There's really no way to know at this point, but we know one thing: they're being very obfuscatory. They're not really being transparent. There are seemingly intentionally avoiding talking to a lot of press, publicly discussing the incident, right? They're trying to basically cover their rears, okay? And unfortunately, we got some bombshell news here where apparently the Secret Service agents who Trump had assigned to him during this Butler, Pennsylvania rally were not even true Secret Service agents, okay? So what that means is you effectively had the flashlight cops.
I see you.
Okay, the people who were literally the backups, okay, the people who were not trained, people who needed a couple extra bucks, couple extra dollars, a little bit of overtime from their real jobs showed up here to protect President Trump. Now, for whatever reason, I don't know why they would think that this needed to have less security than other events. For some reason, you're literally outside where anything could happen. There's a lot of stuff that can happen outside rather than inside where people usually have to at least try to gain access to the building, right? But this was an outside, outdoor event, and these clowns assigned the backups, okay, glorified security guards to protect Trump. Let me go ahead and react to this video from Live Now from Fox.
We are getting big breaking news here on this Friday. This is all according to Senator Josh Hawley. He has whistleblowers coming to him that detail most of Trump's security detail working the event last Saturday were not even Secret Service. Again, we're not even Secret Service. DHS assigned unprepared and inexperienced personnel.
Unbelievable.
So this is the letter right now that Senator Josh Hawley just put out to the Department of Homeland Security saying, I write to raise concerns brought to me by whistleblowers about your department's stunning failure to protect former President Trump on July 13th, 2024. As Secretary of Homeland Security, you are ultimately responsible for your agency and its components, including the U.S. Secret Service. Whistleblowers who have direct knowledge of the event have approached my office according to the allegations. The July 13th rally was considered to be a loose security event. For example, detection canines were not used to monitor entry and detect threats in the usual manner. Individuals without proper destinations were able to gain access to backstage areas. Department personnel did not appropriately police the security buffer around the podium and were also not stationed at regular intervals around the event's security perimeter. In addition, whistleblower allegations suggest the majority of DHS officials were not, in fact, Secret Service agents, but instead drawn from the department's Homeland Security investigations. This is especially concerning given that these security investigators were unfamiliar with standard protocols typically used at these types of events, according to the allegations. Unfortunately, your department has not been appropriately forthcoming with members of Congress, abruptly ending the only call with the Secret Service before senators could even ask a question. This is completely unacceptable and contrary to the public's interest in transparency.
Unfortunately, guys, the story gets a lot worse from here because the Secret Service director has literally blamed the police, which you guys have probably already seen that clip, including a previous video that I posted about this. But Worse than that, the Butler Township Commissioner has already come out and immediately denounced what the Secret Service director was saying about the police being responsible for security, stating that they were only responsible for traffic detail.
And people were pointing, he's up on the roof. Well, we had 2 officers. There was no ladder in the area. We had 2 which is, I want to correct that. There was no ladder in that area. But 2 officers, one was lifting the other one up. I mean, you can see the pitch of the roof, which is not that steep. We can get to that in a few minutes. But to the edge of the roof for them to try to look up and to see where the suspect is, the officer that's being lifted, he is using both hands to grab the edge of the roof to try to pull himself up. In that process, he exposes himself. The shooter turns and points his gun at him. Obviously, he is not in a position. He's pulling himself up with both hands to wield his gun. So obviously, he fell back. He actually, in the process of falling back, he ended up injuring himself. He was not retreating. If he was in a position to engage the shooter, he would have done so. And that message that's out there is disgusting.
So tell me what your understanding is of what the local law enforcement's responsibility is, because clearly the head of the United States Secret Service has suggested that that area was going to be covered by local officials.
Well, yes, and honestly, Martha, that's what prompted me to, I guess, post. I'd like to let the dust settle after an event like this, but what prompted me to post and on the social media platform last night, and of course, obviously talk to you today, is that our local Butler Township Police, their duties that were assigned to them, and we have an operational plan that details all that, were strictly traffic detailed. They were not required or not detailed to any security detail related to the event. It's strictly traffic to help people coming in and out of the event. If there is an emergency, those type of things. We saw the number of people, the number of cars at the event. And I was so frustrated and quite frankly hit my limit again last night when I saw, again, Secret Service says it was the responsibility of the local police department. That's absolutely not correct.
So the crazy thing here, guys, is that it really sounds like the local police are secretly based. Like, they actually made a reasonable attempt here to show some courage, even though you had a literal sniper team with eyes on the shooter that was looking straight at him and decided not to take the shot for whatever dumb reason that we still don't understand. Maybe they've never shot and killed a person before, so they hesitated. I don't really know, but whatever the reason, this has absolutely got to be figured out immediately. This lady needs to be terminated, fired immediately, so that nothing like this could ever happen again. Like I said previously, get somebody in there who's hungry, who is desperate to prove themselves as the best in terms of protecting both the former and soon-to-be president of the United States, Donald Trump, even Sleepy Joe Biden, because we can't just be having presidents or their family members or people like RFK. Remember that some folks in Congress intentionally tried to remove Secret Service protection from Donald Trump, like Jasmine Crockett herself.
And after the attempted assassination, a Democratic lawmaker from Texas is facing backlash from Republicans over a bill she supports. U.S. Representative Jasmine Crockett is a co-sponsor of a bill called the Disgraced Former Protectees Act. It would strip Secret Service protection for any person who's convicted of a state or federal crime and sentenced to prison for at least a year. Today, 27 Texas lawmakers and nominees sent a letter to Representative Crockett saying they believe current and former presidents must be protected. They called on her to resign, saying she has forfeited any moral authority to represent Texas.
Still think it's just negligence, or are we talking deep state? Because the divide here is real. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
Somebody in here? Something wrong?